So, I was watching the video. I'm a humanist, check the name, AJAXxXTheHumanist. I thought he came with a lot of good points. I had a few things to say about it. I think I kind of want to answer TJ's question, or just read the 50-minute question, or before 50 minutes, that question that was TJ asked him, because that's as far as I've gotten so far. But I think there's a lot of interesting stuff that you're saying. I mean, Einstein did believe in God. I just want to throw that out there. I know the connotation that coming from him, like, oh, another Jesus freak. Like, yeah, Jesus freak. Little bit joking, but not really. I mean, I don't know. Regardless if you believe in Jesus as, the Son of God or anything like that, he was still very much so influential person within history and within humanity and within so many different aspects of our lives today. So much stuff has been inspired by the Bible that you can't discount it. You try to discount, the Bible, so on and so forth. It's like trying to discount Shakespeare. Essentially, is like, you want to think Shakespeare did some shit, the Bible did some real shit. Real talk. But, why was I bringing up God? By the way, Einstein said that the Bible is a childish rendition of, like, believing the Bible was hella childish in his mind. Like, it's a child storybook, pretty much, was what Einstein said about the Bible. So, I'm not really splitting hairs. I'm just identifying that I know it's to go with the fucking conversation, at least halfway so. Now, I did study Einstein a little bit when I was younger, just because of the fact that Einstein was a nigga, man. I was thinking, just kick it back, like, fuck, I was with my mom, like, one person I wanted to talk to would be Einstein. I'm not sure I think of Jesus, but, I'd just be like, Einstein, what about this? What about that? I remember thinking about, one question in particular, like, what's zero? Like, fucking, what's zero? Like, there's such a thing as zero? Like, if we didn't have zero, we couldn't have one. Whoa. I used to be blown out by that shit, but, yeah. But E equals MC squared, one of the fucking... I was going to hit on actually a point of his. Yeah, I would say I'd actually agree with Amazing Atheist, understanding that not necessarily that people care less about people, but I think it's the fact that the TV gives a sense of, communication, the sense of socialization, to which is actually not really there. So when you're watching the TV, even though you're all alone and doing all this other stuff, you can watch the fucking TV and just be like, yeah, I'm social right now. There's other people doing really interesting stuff, and I'm watching them, and I'm involved with these people because they're doing stuff that's really interesting. Yeah. So that's socialization for me. And I felt that for a while. I can't let that understand. I was trying to write a book on that shit, but the computer got all fucking jacked up, and I lost like 25 pages. It wasn't a lot. It was just an outline, but I lost a lot of it. And I'm reminiscing on some shit that really should not be reminisced on this fucking channel or on this video. Anyways, I think that people have a sense of detachment from one another, and that's just because of the fact that once society grows to this bigger understanding, unless you live in a place like New York or China, so on and so forth, you're not going to get the true sense of, like, a huge social culture. And even if you do get that true sense, it's still going to be hard to truly understand. So with a place, where thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people are done, we're still not going to truly be able to comprehend the true understanding of it. And it's kind of like the Petri dish. I thought that was a good analogy. Well, if it even wasn't an analogy, it was an analogy. Because, I thought of those flashes kind of like rocks. These are the people that fucking come out here, they do their thing, they go fucking hard, everybody sees them, everybody has to fucking notice these people, but their life is short to live because of the fact they're doing that flashing thing so fucking loud and so fucking boisterous. It affects every other little fucking, like, cell in there. Every little cell in that fucking Petri dish is affected by that loud fucking flash, like a Bob Marley or Michael Jackson. Whether it's fucking good or bad, Bob Marley had a lot of good effects and not so great ones. But Michael Jackson had a lot of great effects and not so good ones. So that's the flash, it's a quick evolution, but that evolution is an evolution that affects everybody else in the Petri dish. So we're in the Petri dish, and I consider the majority of the people, the slow-moving, cells are in the be the comic community. The community that grows along is like, you know what, that's flashy, but I don't trust it. You know, I'm going to go this way. It may be slow, but it's stable. And the people with the flash are like, fuck that path, nigga. No, fuck that shit. No, I'm going like out like a nigga. And that's a Flash. Pretty beautiful and does all that fucking shit. But that's how I see the fucking community of the world, I guess. Not the community of the world, but just general communities as we grow. And the problem is, I guess I could say, like, think of a drop of acid is dropped down there. And you notice that, like, you know, like your fourth, actually, that is a way too complicated analogy that I was coming up with, so I'm just going to pass on that shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think that any atheist, any book that has any level of sociology or a deep level of thought process about humanity or humanism within it has the ability to grow any society, whether religious or non-religious. It's just the fact that a person truly needs to be able to realize what the replication or the ramification of what is being said within the book. So, mad props to, I've never read any of your work, so I ain't gonna say too much, but I think got the shit going on right, and I can understand how that shit would come about. I mean, I came with the different system from Freud had. You know, Freud had the ego and super ego. I have the humanistic, the animalistic, and the authoritative. It's completely different. I came to the same conclusion without reading Freud. I was a senior in high school when I was doing this. I refused to read any of Freud's work because I was still working on my theory. And after I came to my theory, I came to nearly the same conclusion that Freud came to, except my shit's based on age and not so much sexual nature. But sexual nature plays a huge part in all of that shit. Anyways, what was I saying? And I'm, fucking 7 minutes. Wow, I thought I said a lot more with this. I guess I could just bring it to this point. I think to a certain degree that a lot of people, even though they may realize subconsciously or consciously that a lot of the shit that they're studying and using as a basis to study with, they know it's wrong, but because of the fact that it's just been there for so long and everybody looks at like, okay, that's it. No one thinks twice to say, you know what, maybe he's like over here with it, but the true idea is up here. You know, it's like a little left, you know, a good 10 feet forward. Maybe that's it. But it's because of the fact that, like, Newton changed Newton's laws at all. I mean, the same thing with the Big Bang Theory. It took fucking, like, past Einstein to come up with quantum, I forget the name of it. ADD working on my fucking ass. But, the quantum theorem, I think, is a fucking word for it. The terminology. You said it like 20 times. I'm just fucking ADD. It was during Einstein had a huge argument about that, whether quantum mechanics was actually real. And Einstein, you know, had his thought problems, which I have. You know, if it really comes down to it, I'm still kind of leaning on the side of Einstein, but I'm still with the nigga. And I don't read a lot of books. I read a few, good amount. But if you're going to talk about Einstein's theory, then you got to bet his belief in God. And maybe that's what part of your book is about. I gotta say this. I don't think Einstein would have been a person without his belief in God. I really don't. And I think there's like so many other people that are like that. And you can say that it's just the world as it is, and that it's just a reinterpretation of ourself to bring itself of, you know, higher being in a higher sense, because we have the ability to create a great vast amount of things within our lifetime and within ourselves and within the world around us, that we just contemplate it as a level or as an understanding and reinterpretation of our own perspective to come up with an idea like God. Wow, I can argue for atheists pretty well if I really wanted to. But I think regardless, even if that is the case, that we still have to look at the fact that, you know, we don't know. We can have a great understanding. I have it when I want to, and that's rarely. We have a great understanding of the world around us and everything that goes along with our life and goes with our life, but we can never know for sure. And I just completely lost myself trying to defend God. I don't need to defend God, but I still believe in God. Made you to my own fucking effort. I can't come up with fucking words. I'm sorry. That ADD fucked with my ass. But Yeah, I kind of got lost in my own fucking conclusion about the whole understanding perception and reperception of our own understanding. I guess you could call that God. The reperception or perception, the possibility of our understanding to be replaced within ourselves, or have the ability to create something to say that, this is a greater me. But God is a lot more than that. So it's only partially it. I say as an individual viewership of, what you would call God, so on and so forth. I guess you could break it down to that level, but I still don't think it is. But then again, you could also look at it on a social level and a economical level and just a cultural level to understand God. But still, I'm trying to come with the point that I can disagree with myself right now. It's really hard. But anyways, good video. I'm up to 50 minutes. I seriously doubt I'm going to be making another video because this one was fucking sham. Or just really ideas like left and right. I want to be more fucking conclusive than I was. But TJ, have fun. Those seckies. I like beer a lot, and it doesn't need to be just seckies, but fuck it. Nigga, drink the seckies. It's just a shit. And the most interesting man in the world, nigga, those commercials are fucking hilarious. Next to the E-Trade, nigga, that shit's hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm a little drunk right now, but I just want to give a shout out to E-Trade and Dos Equis. Thanks for keeping me alright tonight. And wow, this video came to a fucking plummet. Fuck it. AJAXxx the Humanist up in this biatch. Okay. Can it go lower than that? I don't know. I'm probably gonna make this video just because of this position and that point right there. Of this just being a fucking complete train wreck. I made some good points, I guess.